Hello, yogis. So this video is something you can do during the day, especially if you need like a little refresh. It's a great video to do at night before bed. And it's really just a series of postures that are more forward folds, which are calming and cooling. So it's a good like pre-sleep video or just like I need a timeout video. Okay, so when you're ready, find hands and knees. And then take your knees as wide apart as you'd like and just kind of shift the hips back, come into child's pose. You might like hands by feet, or you can stretch the arms forward and long. And just take a nice big full breath in and exhale. Let the torso soften down. You might find it's really nice to let the mouth open and breathe out through the mouth. You can let the forehead rest on the mat if you'd like. And take a full breath in so you feel the nostrils expanding. So as the nostrils flare and take in the breath, it really kind of corresponds to not just the front of the lungs, the back of the lungs, the shoulder blades. Allow the breath to be slow and steady here. You might even find that the exhale gets longer. Just take a couple more moments to soften in here. Good. Take one more nice big full breath in. Full breath out. And then slowly come to all fours. So from all fours, we'll come into downward facing dog. So take your hands about a palm print forward of where they were. Shift your hips back and we'll stay in this down dog. So lift the knees nice and slowly. You don't have to commit to what might feel like the perfect alignment. You might even just kind of explore what it's like to be softer through the joints, through the arms, the shoulders, the knees, the ankles. And sometimes it's nice to just kind of feel how the body will move really naturally with the breath. So there's an ease to the inhale and exhale. You might let the hips shift a little side to side. Maybe you'll come back to just a nice neutral place, elongating the spine. The head and neck relax. Good. We'll take one more full breath in, full breath out. And then come back to all fours. And we'll come back to child's pose. So if you had your hands forward this time, take your hands by the heels. Let your forehead find the floor. There's just a feeling of surrender here and letting go. Good, and then slowly, one arm at a time, stretch the arms forward again and really kind of creep the fingertips longer. Lift your arm bones up away from the floor. So it's like you extend the arms from the hips. So lifting the arms up, looking forward, and then just sliding back to all fours. And you can walk the knees together and then take the hands apart. So you could take them off your mat so they're nice and wide and kind of angle them out a little bit. So with the knees together, take a full breath in. And then as you exhale, just drop the hips over to the right. And then maybe take the left hand and creep it a little further forward. Let the head and neck relax down. And breathe fully so you really feel the breath coming all the way into the abdomen. Good, and then slide the hand back, come to neutral. And then from here, let the hips drop to the left and reach your right arm forward. Good, and come back to neutral. Good. And then spread your palms wide, spread the webbing of the fingers wide, shift back, reach back up, downward facing dog. From down dog, lift your heels and just walk your feet. One at a time, up towards the hands. Find a half lift here, and then exhale, fold, clasp opposite elbows, and hang. Right, so I'll show you from the side. So yogi's choice, if it's really comfortable, keep your legs nice and straight. If it feels better, bend the knees. It just kind of takes the hamstrings out and might help lengthen out the low back. Let the crown of the head be really heavy here. You might say a little bit of a yes. It might feel good to just let the arms as one shift a little forward, and as you do, almost like lift and lengthen through the rib cage, and then nestle back in. Good, and then release the hands. Inhale, a half lift, and exhale, fold again. Good. Inhale, find your half lift. I'm going to just rearrange myself here, and then come into downward facing dog. From down dog, I'll have you lift your heels, soften your knees, look forward. Step your right foot forward. We're coming into triangle pose. So back foot finds a warrior two position. Come on up. Good. And then stretch your front leg straight. So if you have a nice generous stance, you can heel toe the back foot in a little bit. And we'll come into Trikonasana. So if you have a block, you can do hand to block. You can also do hand to shin or floor. Your opposite arm is just reaching straight up. I'll show you from the side. So coming into triangle pose, keeping the front leg straight, using any kind of support system that you have for the hand. And your gaze can be up or it can be neutral. You could even look down. Good. Take one more full breath in and full breath out. And then slowly release. Your hands will frame your front foot. Your back heel lifts and pivots. Good. And you find yourself back in down dog. And then inhale, lift your heels, soften your knees. And exhale, step your left foot forward. So once again, we plant the back foot in warrior two to rise up. So you have a nice like steady, really a steady place on the earth. Shorten your stance if you'd like, and then stretch the front leg straight. I like hand to shin. You choose, it can come all the way down to the ankle and come to the floor. We're gonna keep your spine nice and long. You can press evenly into both feet and imagine them pressing down and away from each other. Keeps the breath really full and steady. So it's a steady breath that's calming and cooling here. Take one last breath. And then slowly release, hands frame the front foot back, heel pivots to come back to down dog. Because we're taking this practice as a way to really reset, we'll find child's pose again. This time you might take the hands, walk them together, bring the elbows closer together, and then bend the elbows and let the hands reach up to the ceiling. You can let the head kind of rest in that little pillow of the biceps, or you can let the head just be neutral. Maybe the forehead comes to the floor. And then slowly reach the hands long, take them back about shoulder distance or a little wider. And then once again, come to down dog. Good. From down dog, lift your heels, soften your knees. I'm gonna have you step your right foot forward and then lift your hips nice and high. You're gonna pivot everything towards the long edge of your mat. So if you have a block, use it, right? Or whatever you have that might resemble a block. Sometimes you can use like a little stepping stool. So inhale, long spine, and then exhale, fold. There's an option if you want, you can interlace the hands, lift them up. I want you to really activate the quads though. So the fronts of the thighs are active. Get a little bit of a lengthening in the spine, shoulders away from the ears. Good, and then inhale, release, hands back to the floor. Find a half lift. Good, and then walk your hands back to frame your front foot. And once again, come back into downward facing dog. This time I'd like you to come back to your knees. And we'll come into Dolphin Pose. So if Dolphin Pose doesn't feel good to you, feel free to just find Down Dog instead. But Dolphin Pose, I like to cue, if you look at your thumbnails, we bring the forearms there. Interlace your hands. There's like a pinky you're going to tuck in. Good. Take a nice big full breath in. As you exhale, let the head soften towards the floor. I want you to lift your knees, lift your hips. And the head and neck can say yes, so there's no pressure here. You can start to walk your feet in a little bit, and you might notice as you do that, you shift yourself forward. Right, so this posture asks a lot of you, a lot of strength through the shoulder girdle, but it's also an inversion, so it's calming and cooling, right? It's a good balanced posture. Option to walk your right foot in even more, right? And lift, actually you can walk your left foot in here, just so I can mirror you. Walk your left foot in, lift your right leg up. Again, head and neck nice and neutral. Good, and let it drop down. And then the left leg lifts. Good, last breath. Release. Come on back. And then just come up to sit in neutral for a moment. Let's roll the shoulders open and back. That's funny, look at my hair. Yours might look crazy too. Roll the shoulders open and back and pause. And close the eyes. It's just a moment to receive. Good, and then take your hands behind you. So I'll show you from the side. Hands come behind, just interlace, roll the shoulders open. You can stay just like this, or if you want, you can fold forward, round the spine like cat. Let the forehead reach towards the knees, reach the arms up. Maybe the inhale will slightly lift the torso, and the exhale will bring you deeper. You might find that the head naturally comes to the floor, kind of right at the hairline. Good, and then on an inhale, rise back up. Good, and just roll the shoulders open and back. Okay, so we'll shift and come to a seat. And we'll take head of the knee pose, Shavasana. So I'll have you just stretch your right leg straight, bend your left knee, and put the foot, so it really depends, you can come closer to the knee or you can bring it all the way up to the groin. Good, take a nice big full breath in. This time I'm gonna interlace my hands, press your palms up. Good, and hinge. So let your hands land where they will, and they might even land like outside the legs, so you can just simply lift and lengthen your spine and fold. If they come nice and long to the foot, go ahead and grab your foot. Breathe fully and deeply into the band across the low back. And then on an inhale, bring yourself back up, roll the shoulders open and back. Good, and we'll switch sides. So opposite leg comes long. From here, you can interlace the hands, stretch your palms up, full breath in. Good, and then exhale, hinge. So you might just lengthen and then let the hands kind of land where they will, or maybe they just naturally come to the foot. If you grab onto the foot, lengthen your spine and then fold down. And then inhale, come on. Good, roll the shoulders open and back. Okay, so if you've got a block, amazing. Use it. 2 blocks might be nice. If you don't have a block, just like a throw pillow can work. I'm just going to show you with the throw pillow in case you're not working with a block. So what I'll ask you to do is come all the way down onto your back. Good. And then once you're here, you're going to lift your hips. Get your block or your throw pillow right underneath the sacrum, right? It's a triangular bone right at the top of the butt crack. And then you'll just kind of rock your knees a little bit back and forth, side to side, and stretch your legs straight. Now arms can come like in a T, they can be by your side. You can bring the arms into like a goal pose. So just make sure that the bones of the skull feel safe and comfortable, and that you can give a little bit of a weight to the tailbone and the hips. We'll just let the legs just kind of be in a natural position. If the knees are soft, that's fine. We'll take one more breath here, and then you choose. You can stay with the legs just like this, or you can open them up nice and wide, or you can take your hands and just kind of let them rest. So hello with the foot. Yeah, so I like to use my hands for like a little bit of a weight. Just make sure that the shoulders are pretty soft here. If it feels good, you can take the hands and clasp opposite elbows behind your head. Right, so you might be like me, you might be working in a space that's kind of tight. So you just work around it. It's a good time to look underneath furniture and see where you need to vacuum. You might find special little things like a wiffle ball, like I found this morning underneath the bed. Let's take a couple moments here. I usually find that there's a point where I just take this really nice breath in and out. It's different from all the others. And it's a good sign when that happens, and hopefully it will come to you at this point in class. Maybe it has. Just a sign that the parasympathetic nervous system is kicking in, right? We've gone from fight or flight, which is just like our really kind of regular position we're in with the body during the day, and we come to the rest, restore. Good, and then you can slowly release. You can take the hands and press the legs back up. Good, bend the knees, just let them go a little side to side, feet back down. Lift your hips, remove your block or pillow. Just roll to your side. Take enough time here so that it's not like rushed, and come back to a seat. Good. I have to make sure my feet are clean for these videos. Stretch your legs straight, reach your arms up. Okay, from here, I'm going to show you. You can take posture here, more yang approach, and fold. Okay, it's just beautiful, restorative in and of itself. Or if you've got a pillow, take your pillow or stack a couple pillows so it's higher and rest. Right? I prefer without. That pillow wasn't enough, so you choose. On an inhale, come on up, roll the shoulders open and back. And then just take a moment. Okay. So finding alternate nostril breathing. So I'm gonna have you take, and I won't mirror you on this one. My fingers can't work that well in my opposite hand. So the index finger and middle finger come to the center of the forehead. And you just have a light touch there. Take a nice big full breath in through both nostrils. Full breath out. At the end of the breath out, block the right nostril with your thumb. Inhale left. Use the ring finger to block the left nostril. Lift your thumb and exhale right. Inhale right. Block the nostril, lift the ring finger, exhale left. Inhale left. Block the nostril, lift the thumb, exhale right. You'll continue breathing in this way, eyes closed, spine tall. When you reach the point where you're breathing in through the left nostril and out through the right, let that complete the breath. You can slowly let the hands just come to the lap and rest. And for just a moment as we're seated, let the eyes sink deeper into the sockets. Let the shoulders soften. So we'll end our practice here. If you've got time, you can just simply come into Shavasana. Take as long as you'd like. Good. If you're going about the rest of the day, bring the hands together to the heart. Take a nice big full breath in. Pause and hold. Open the mouth and sigh it out. Namaste. Thank you. Have a great day or night.